ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
응답하라 Yeochin. Go to the into the she.
Back to the come to the June. Hey, you look so cute
Oh,
in your
thank
red.
you.
I mean,
So
when
do
do you not look
you.
cute? You're always so put together.
No.
You're what is that? Hand knit sweater?
No.
It looks
It's not a hand knit sweater.
It's so
But
pretty.
I felt like I needed to dust it off.
The rich
Yeah.
red with the matching red
Yeah.
shoes. You're just
The
adorable.
matching red shoes was not intentional, but
I
these are
love
just
it.
my shoes right now.
I love it. So, speaking of red hot, Singles
Inferno is back. Singles
season 4.
Yeah.
You know, I swore I wasn't going to watch it. Or at least I was planning on not watching it. But then when you asked me, and then the thought of just talking about it with you, that alone, I was like, okay.
If
Jane's going to watch it,
I'm going
to watch it.
You could say it's trashy TV. It's good TV.
You know, I will say I was actually impressed.
Yeah.
This season. You know how, like, I don't know what was one of the seasons where it felt redundant. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Was it the same set?
Yeah. No, I think season 3 was when it was a different set and there were 2 islands, and I think that was the first time they did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the sets felt redundant, and I was
Okay.
like, oh, I hated that feeling.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, are we going to get that? And I did not get that right off the bat. It felt different.
It felt different. They upped the ante. It's really not an Inferno. Like it. Okay, so in Korean, it's solo jiok, hell, right? It's very comfortable.
It's very, no, it never
Lots of
was.
perks.
It never was an Inferno.
It never was. But like they didn't have previous seasons. They didn't get to just play in the pool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also now that it's in its 4th season, it's very much, I mean, I don't know, maybe the very first season, maybe because it was like so new, you had this idea that you could find love.
Right.
But now in its 4th season, it's very clear people are coming on here to make a name
We're
for
making
themselves.
influencers.
Yeah.
We're making stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But or also they're like established already. Like one of the guys.
A lot of them are, yeah.
What's his name? He's an actor. He was in Sweet Home 2, which I didn't watch the season 2. I watched season 1. But apparently he the artist one, the artist I make canvases and have exhibits.
Yes. Oh, he's an actor?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Did that come out in Singles Inferno? Does that come out in
They don't say it, but but when
They
it comes on, they're
knew.
like, oh, he's a well-known person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, wow, we have him. He's
Okay, that kind of went over my head because I was like, oh, is he well known? And then they kind of didn't address that afterwards.
Yeah, that first when he walked on, they all knew who he was.
Yeochin, the one that has
Chunseol,
long
yes,
Korean not Korean hair, curly hair, wavy hair.
Yes, the man bun.
The painter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you really make money on your paintings, or is it more of like so you can say you have a day job? But I mean, he also I think did model and so forth, all that. Also, there's the girls are established models.
Yes.
They get a lot of like cosmetic line stuff.
Yes. There are so many like restaurateurs.
Oh yeah,
was
that's
very
so blatant.
Yeah,
right. Like,
it's like
you're
the
obviously
thing.
here.
Yeah, a cafe owner
from
you run a
Apgujeong,
restaurant.
I'm like, oh, okay, in the richest part
so
of town.
young too.
Yeah,
right. So
doesn't that the one? There's a guy that was later added. He looks like his face looks like not Thanos, but
it's because his face is so small and his shoulders are
body
so broad and his neck is so thick that it's almost like it's something is
the proportions are a little bit, and then his voice is so soft.
His voice is so soft.
Krista?
Yeah,
I'm like, ugh. I don't like it. I need a deep voice to go with that body. Okay, that kind of throws me off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so glad they chose him and not those two other. One had a villain face.
Yes.
I was like, oh,
the first one.
I was
right?
shocked that
the one with the
yeah.
dimple.
I was shocked that there were women that found him attractive. I was like, ooh, 느끼해. Like,
I know.
he got under
I
my
know.
skin.
I
Like,
think it was the way that he like there was like a yeah, like a greasiness.
and the
of-
judges were like, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, cute? He looks like, you know what? You know what he reminded me of? Like one of those shingle masks.
yes.
The Korean
Yes.
mask.
Yeah.
I was like, no, don't bring him on. And then the other guy, when he started talking about like how he likes older women, I was like, no. Like, tell me you have a sugar mama without telling me you have a sugar mama. You like women that pay for your bills.
He looked very young.
He looked so like salesman-y.
Oh, okay.
Like greasy to me.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, I'm glad they chose.
There's lots of change-ups this season.
Yeah,
like the
I
way
liked
that
it.
they had all 6 girls go to
Do you remember
paradise.
민설's face? 또 여자? Another girl? She
Her
had
face
such
says
a
it all.
똥 씹은 표정. Like
uh-huh.
she chewed on shit and it's like,
She really does.
yeah, I like her expressions. I like the people's expressions. Oh, but the last girl they added.
Oh, she's an interesting one.
She is
she's
big
an interesting
personality.
One. Yes. I haven't finished the latest released episode, but
okay.
yeah.
Did you see the part where she comes in?
Yes.
And she says, 언니들.
Oh, I didn't watch that part yet. Probably tonight.
So
okay,
she
it's gonna be
finally comes
interesting.
into where the islands are, and they're all seated at the table. And actually, they kind of did a trailer peek of this. So I was anticipating it, but they're all sitting around. And she goes, 너무 반가워요, 언니들.
Okay.
And then the other girls, they
implying you're all older than me here.
Yeah, their faces, their jaw drops. So like, they literally go, and then she even has like a little rebuttal, like, like 애칭이잖아요. Like it's like an endearment.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, girl, playing with fire now.
And you know nothing about their ages. They're not allowed to reveal their ages or
but
what
she
they
did
do.
Reveal on her own date that she's 24, which is on the younger side.
Okay, so she's assuming that she's the youngest.
Yeah. But I have to say, she looks a bit odd to me. Like she's so tall. And
very long-limbed.
Yeah. And then one of the guys said it best. He's like, her features are so exotic. For Korea, that's like, yeah, right? Like
she has big eyes.
Yeah.
Kind of Western features.
Yes.
Like big nose.
It's not typical. And it's not the kind of nose that looks like it's been fixed. It's like, it's a very, like pronounced nose with the high bridge, which is not common for Koreans.
Right.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, they're really shaking things up here. It's such a different, when she's the kind of person when you enter the room, she just, and not only that, she's so outspoken.
Yes. What did you think about Jeongsu, the guy who takes her out on her first date?
Oh, I can't stand him.
He was trying so hard with her, don't you think?
Yeah. It felt weird.
It felt desperate almost because
he was goo goo gaga over her.
It felt desperate. And it's like, it's because he's not confident that
she'll
Xian,
just like
back on the island is, has as strong feelings.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
I think it was a little bit like desperation, like searching for an insurance
Really?
policy.
I was thinking.
Or do you think it was genuine?
I thought that he was
genuinely attracted. Okay.
Because he was like, oh my God, there's nobody else that looks like her. There's wow, like she really like, and he was pumping her up to like, you're the tallest here, you're the prettiest here. Like I was like, wow, that's a really different type. Your range is I'm like, that's such a different range from. But you know what I did find really cute? That other guy, 동보?
동호?
동호 and her. He just looks so baffled. Like he's literally never met anyone like her. And she totally called out on it and said like, I can tell like your type is usually like more modest, more like a little girly girl. And he was like, yeah. And she's like, I'm so
He's a little stunned. Too stunned for words.
And he kind of, it was really interesting to see the guy so, like, speechless. He looked so rattled.
Yeah.
And I found that kind of endearing.
Mm-hmm.
Because before, I felt like he had no personality.
Yes, he was very mellow.
Yeah.
Very vanilla.
But all of a sudden now, like, one girl likes him and another comes along. And it's like, the game has changed.
Yeah, it had to brew a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, the girls had to satisfy their curiosity about some of the other guys with a little bit of a stronger impression or stronger presence, I think.
Who's your favorite guy?
Okay, I think this changes, but you know who is growing on me is Taewon, the guy with the dark hair and big ears. Because I think he's very endearing and genuine.
Yeah.
And you can tell when he's doing things that aren't necessarily for the camera or for people to see. It's in the little ways where he gets up. He's always the first person to get up when another person, guy or girl, joins them at a meal and to go get them their plate, their water. And he's very good at like accommodating.
Which is so different than the game that he talked up for himself.
Yes. And that is why
was so annoying.
That's why I wasn't
you
a
were
fan
shocked,
to begin
right?
with.
Like when he talked, what did he say? He said like people stop fighting once they see how good looking I am. I've stopped
Did
fights.
he say that? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then all the panel was like, 헐. Like they were like, oh, 왜 그래? One of the girls hid behind her card because she was like, secondhand embarrassment was so out of this world. So yeah, but I do think at that moment he was really putting out like acting over the top for the cameras.
For the camera, talking yourself up.
But I think the qualities that you like seem more his like instinctual qualities, which is natural to him. I think, you know what I think is going to happen? I think he's going to be really young. He has a maknae vibe to me, youngest vibe.
He does.
Part of it, I think the way that he accommodates, I think is like, kind of like for the elders or for the older, you know, like he feels like he has to cater. So that'll be interesting.
That will be
But don't you also feel like those two kind of paired up because nobody else liked them?
Yeah, but is that wrong? Is that wrong? I mean, they're going for the lowest hanging fruit. There's no competition, you know?
It's like you knew I was going to ask that. You're like, is it wrong?
It's not wrong.
No, it's very cute.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's less stress.
Yeah. Like, you know, and he is more like, he's clearly a model. That's his living, I think. Has he said that yet? No, he hasn't gone on a Paradise Date, right?
I don't think we've seen him in Paradise yet.
I'm sure he's a model because, you know, he's one of those...
He has a very unique
runway
face.
Model, right?
Runway model.
Yeah, gangly, like unique.
Not
like
Instagram
in the real world,
model.
you might be perceived ugly, but in the runway,
his features are very, very...
exotic.
Yes.
You know, so that works on the runway, not so much. And then when they do the
editorial look.
That's what it is. That's editorial. So yeah, he's cute.
Yeah.
And then who's your favorite girl?
My favorite girl is Xian.
You do like Xian.
I do. I'm basic like that.
Don't you think she's putting on a little show?
I think so, but she's less. I don't find her to be obnoxious.
Yeah, she's well measured in her responses.
Yes.
And honest.
I do think that she's contemplating.
Yeah.
Because now she has so much choice in this game.
And I do think, you know what? You're right. Actually, what I did like about her, I do feel like she's kind of like, oh, now I have all the guys. But at the same time, when Junseok came to her and was like
she had no idea.
Yeah, that was genuine.
That was
like, oh,
genuine.
Are you real?
And she's not. So that's another reason why I like Cheon, the little girl who you said likes Taewon, the model. But the girls who are not playing a game of comparison, but just looking at their own lane and, you know, like who should I pursue? Or like, do I have feelings? And I feel that Xian is genuinely trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Whereas
it feels real.
the
You're
other
right.
girls are constantly maybe sizing each other up and, you know, adapting how like their behavior or their kind of game plan based on they're kind of dependent on those around them. Whereas Xian seems to have a confidence of, you know, she's unbothered by who else may have feelings for the same guy.
I did notice
and I
that.
can
When
respect
Chedin
that.
was like, oh, I'm interested. And she's like, yeah. Like, she did not put on airs that it was going to be a competition between them.
Right.
She even actually, I think at one point turned to her and be like, oh, he's back. Like she knows that Chedin likes him too. And so we can both like be happy he's back. So that was cute.
Yeah.
The one that I find really annoying is the one that likes Tongo. What's her name? The little one. That like overanalyzes everything. And
Who's the little one that overanalyzes?
She was
everything?
the one that got to go to paradise with Tongo. We haven't seen it yet, but
okay.
She is like, I'm thinking about. Whenever they ask her a question, she's like, well, I was thinking about how to react in this situation and that situation. And then as she's preparing for a date, maybe you haven't seen this episode, she's asking all the girls, like, should I wear these shoes or the shoes?
Oh, maybe I didn't see that yet. Is it Arin?
It's
really
Arin.
Pale girl. She looks like
IU?
The Squid Game, a little bit like IU. But I kept telling this to Ben. I was like, I just hear 무궁화 꽃이. She looks like the Squid Game doll. No.
The first season.
Season 1 or 2. She looks like the doll because she's so
the
pale-faced.
doll.
Yeah, the Squid Game doll.
Oh, I thought you were talking about one of the players.
She looks like a doll because her face is porcelain.
Yeah, it's
and like
so
porcelain white and
but it doesn't look like. Does it look like natural white? It almost looks like she puts on too pale of a like makeup.
There's like zero melanin in her face.
Wow.
It's like her face is like translucent almost.
Yeah. Actually, I think Arin and what's the tan one?
Cheon.
They look alike, but I can tell them apart because of the tan or
the
not
complexion. So I didn't see Arin go on that date with Tongo. So I didn't see those exchanges.
She gets picked and I think it was obvious she was going to get picked.
And she had a lot of votes when they did the voting.
Yeah,
right?
People were curious about her.
Because they hadn't
talked to her.
Yeah.
But so what happens is like she gets picked and she's like, or no, they don't know it yet, but she's preparing. Like, you know how they do the thing where like, this is where if you two match in who you want, then you go.
Oh, yes.
So then she was like, oh, what am I going to wear for that? And then one of the other girls is like, I just feel like she's rubbing it in my face now. like, okay, we get it. You're gonna go on this stage. She's like, should I wear these shoes? Or should otte? Like, is this to the other girls? And one of the girls is just like, oh my god, just go. I thought that was so funny. And then the judges were like, let her be. This is gonna be her first time in paradise.
And maybe only time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like things are moving fast.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then you realize how short of a show it is.
10 days.
Yeah.
10
I
days.
wish that they didn't release 2 at a
Yeah.
You and I were talking about this. Like, we don't have enough hours in the day to
Oh
watch.
my
Get
goodness.
caught up that quick.
I mean, they're doing this for the people who can binge.
Yeah.
And we can't.
I'm like,
we don't
barely
have the
got
stamina.
Through. Yeah. I'm like, can you just release one? And because the episodes are long.
Yes, and sometimes they do when they did
Too
the
many
speed dating, right? And then they it's not chronological.
Yeah. Did you like that?
I liked it, but I don't appreciate when they go back and show the individual conversations. I'm like, just show me the result.
Yeah.
I don't.
Or, oh my God, when they do like the replay, like for the millionth time, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I get it.
It's
Can
very
you just play
Korean.
it normal?
Yeah, very Korean. Oh, when they were entering, when they're first coming onto the island, and then Teo, the actor,
Yeah.
He comes in and he says, yo. And then he says, they do a replay and he goes, yo, again. I look at Ben and he said, oh my gosh, he said it again. And Ben's like, no, they're just playing it again. They're just looping it again.
They played it like 3 times. I was
They
like, okay,
did.
it's all right, we get it. Oh my God,
But me, naive, I'm like, oh my gosh, like ick, immediate ick. He said yo twice.
Yo, yo, yo. In your mind, it's yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, in my mind, he was like, yo, yo, yo.
And then I love when he was like, oh, I was trying to put on like this brave, like big, big dog in the house sort of thing. And then they were like, 안녕하세요. I was like, wrong show, buddy. I love how they were just like, and then one of the guys did it's such a Korean thing. Oh, 에너지가 넘치시네요. Your energy is just bubbling over, but it's like a little like side, like little.
It's a comment.
Yeah, like,
there's judgment.
Yeah,
there.
Yes. We listen and we judge.
We listen and we judge. Yeah.
Korean way is we listen and we totally judge. Yeah. So yeah, it's entertaining. I do like it. It is entertaining. I wish they just would do one episode. Us adults have so much in life to do, and it's like sitting through a freaking like 3-hour movie. Mm-hmm. It feels really long if I'm trying to get caught up for the commentary. But also, do you think that every one of them has had plastic surgery?
I think nearly, if not all of them, men and women.
Yes, but who do you think has had the most?
Oh, I saw the video on this.
That I made?
Oh, no, I didn't see a video that you made. Oh. Yeah.
So I'm not getting hate, but I'm like... So I said, Xian.
Okay.
There's times when because she's getting the most camera time.
She
is the main character.
Yes.
And there are days when she's like, it looks like she's wearing very minimal makeup.
Uh-huh.
And she's just like woke up and rolled her hair up, and the camera's. She looks like this. Like I have a pause on it. I'll show you later, but. It looks like her lips are doing this weird thing, like and then the eyes look super puffy, like someone that. They say like if you get a deep 쌍꺼풀 수술, the puffiness doesn't go away for a long time. Anyways, I'm like, wow.
You think she's had the most?
I think so.
Because I think she's had a lot. And I've watched videos of, like their opinions of what she got, the facial contouring and also the before and after. Because I think she was on a reality show.
Yeah, when she was younger.
Right?
I had to make a video on it. Because they came for me and they're like, oh, well, I used to watch her on this idol contest and she looks the same. I'm like,
people
really?
Have too much time.
So I pulled up those pictures. Speaking of, I was like, let me show you. This is not the same person. You do not tell me you grow into a whole different person.
No, it's not the same person.
She was also already like.
I mean, it is the same person, but she looked very different.
She is the same person, but
she is the same
the face card is not the same.
Yes, so agreed. But I thought she looked very pretty.
She is very pretty
with all that
done. I think I find it weird when she's trying to move her face, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder if she doesn't. There are times.
I think that other girl, Haejin, looks more frozen. She's the one that looks like Korean Barbie, the long straight hair. Yeah.
They did one of the guys called her. I think her eyes look more natural.
I think it's so frozen up here that she can't be expressive with her eyes. Because what do I know? But what I felt discouraged by was they're each so beautiful.
Yeah.
But you have to get a lot of work done to get there.
Yeah.
But that this is the norm.
And the guys, well, then I saw a video of the artist. What's his name again? Chunsa. He had like a video where he was like pushing on his nose. I think someone else questioned him before or something. So it looks very like, okay, he might have not gotten anything done. Mm-hmm. Somebody was trying to tell me that Teo had mouth work done. I'm like, no. I think he just has that Joker face. Like he has that like upturn.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
But that is a procedure, right? To get the upturn, the corners of your mouth.
That's what someone else said, but that was
Yeah.
more. That's not popular now.
I don't know, but he is an actor, so he could
Well,
have done it when.
then some of the fans were like,
Yeah.
"That's what he looked like when he was a baby. He had that
Ugh.
upturn."
And how do people know this? And how do people know this? This is
They dug around.
creepy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But when they did the acting scenes and they showed it, I was like, do you?
I didn't see that yet.
Oh no, it's one of the older ones where they show him like improvising with his line partner or whatever, and I was like,
Oh.
why are you so bad and your line partner's better? That's what I was thinking in my head.
Did they show it? I thought they were gonna. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I remember seeing the B-roll, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
seeing
like
him
it was
act.
like they were sitting at a table. It was like, oh, I have friends who I practice my lines with. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh, I saw a TikTok from somebody, which I thought that was so funny. He was their tour guide in Korea. So that's one of the acting gigs that he would do.
Oh.
He was like, oh, Teo, to my surprise, I saw Teo on my Netflix, and I was like, wait, he was my Korean tour guide. So
That
yeah.
was one of his gigs.
I mean, hey, you know,
Yeah.
when you're an actor,
Yeah,
you're
you
doing
do all
sorts
kinds
odd
of
jobs,
sure,
right?
and
So-
being a tour guide is a performance.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they were like, he's a nice guy. da, da, da,
Yeah.
da.
Well, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He seems like, him also, and the MCs, the panel pointed this out too, is he really just is in his lane.
Yeah.
And is not curious
Yeah, he's
about
like, what's the point of
playing the game
paying
of
attention
comparison.
to who
Yeah.
likes me? Because I'm
Yeah.
just gonna like who I like.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So actually, he grew on me.
Yeah.
Physically, not so much, but
Mhm.
personality-wise.
Yeah.
And then Chunso, like, kind of annoyed me.
He
He's
I
playing
feel
the
like is
game.
little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little petulant child.
Little boy, and he tries to be cool, but it's very clear
Yeah.
that
And
yeah,
gossiping with the girls.
I don't
just
like
is
the way he
ugh.
talks to Minseol, who
Yeah.
really likes him.
Yeah.
And the way that he says, "Oh, 그랬냐?"
Yeah.
And
Where
I'm
is he getting that from? Were you just spending time with your harabuji all the time?
yes, right? And I said, I told Ben, I was like, I hate anybody who talks to me
Yeah, it's like
that.
an old man.
Yeah.
It's weird. I wondered where
It's very
he got
condescending,
that from.
patronizing, but he only says that to Minseol.
Oh yeah. What did he
Maybe
call
because
it?
he knows.
자식아? Or-
Yes, Jasha, Imma,
What?
and he said
임마,
Imma.
임마, yeah, 임마, 네가 뭔데? I'm like, 임마? You're what? It made me like really weirded out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, are you hanging out with your harabuji all the time? What?
Mhm.
Why would you pick this up?
Yeah.
It doesn't even seem natural.
I think he needs to be humbled.
Yeah, clearly he seems to have an ego.
And he's clearly not engaged when Minseol is talking to him, but how quickly he got up to go talk to Xian, and
With
then he's a
her.
different person with her.
Yeah.
So talkative and chatty.
Yeah.
Little chatty Cathy.
Yeah. Chatty cat.
And I'm like, you can talk so much.
Yeah. It was, and then and at times he also just seems dumb, because she's like, remember you wanted me to do your hair? You want to? And he's like, oh yeah, no, not now. I'm like, what is with you? Like, I'm like, is he not? I can't tell if he's an airhead or he's just a dick. Like, which both
Well,
unappealing.
I think I was like, something about him is on my nerves. Like,
Yeah.
he's like unbothered, but he
재수 없어.
doesn't want to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
좀 재수 없어.
Uh-huh,
Like,
uh-huh.
what's the English way to say that? Like,
He's just kind of like flippant. Like,
yeah.
he doesn't care. I don't know.
yeah. I thought I was. What was weird was I thought I was gonna like him the most. Like
Mhm.
looks wise, I was
Yes.
like, okay, I'm into kind of like that
Same.
brooding.
Kind of like
And then I got turned off
grunge.
quickly.
Yeah. Mm.
So
Yeah.
then Tongo, I was like, oh my god, he looks so boring. But he's like sort of like one of my favorite actors, Lee Joon-gi, with the jawline that
Mm.
cuts. He's like an uglier version of that.
Yeah, okay.
Which like, okay, Lee Joon-gi is like so sharp defined. So if you're like
Mhm.
the uglier version, you're like kind of
I
basic
can't picture
looking.
Lee Joon-gi in my mind. What was he in?
He was in Scarlet Heart. I don't know if you
Okay.
watched that. That was a
No.
timepiece one.
Older?
Flower.
Okay.
Oh, he's
I'll
so
look him up
hot.
later.
Him and Gongyu are like makes me like
Gongyu.
yeah, just makes me. Oh, did you see him at the Louis Vuitton?
No.
Oh, he showed up, and I was like, why, oppa?
Okay, another thing. I did look up the fan edit of him later.
Oh, I
like,
know. Ooh.
I saw it, and then I closed out of it.
Oh my god, that
Mr. Lava Lava.
Yeah. Ow.
Oh, okay, Ichunki. Yes. Oh my gosh, they're like twins.
No.
But then the eyes.
Right,
The
right.
eyes. The
And I
camel-like
love
eyes.
Lee but I could not get attracted to Tongho. But then there was a clip that they showed of him, and then he's a CPA, and I'm like, they try to make that look sexy. I was like,
hey,
but
it's okay.
in Korea,
in a
it
world
seems
of
more,
like cafe owners, and
and
actors.
I think it seems in Korea it's more like has a higher, I don't know. Do you think in Korea it has a
I don't know.
better look or something?
But
when he put on his glasses, I was like,
he looked better.
You should just keep your glasses on, I thought. He looked way hotter with the glasses. I'm biased with glasses. I tell that to Adonis too. I'm like, you look hotter with glasses on. Keep it on.
People would say that to me and I didn't like it. Like when I was a kid, like keep your glasses on. Yeah.
Well, Jane, you look great without glasses, so you look hot.
Now I'm like nerd mode.
Wait, you wear contacts?
Yes, I have really bad eyes.
I think I knew that, but forgot.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to come on with my glasses.
No, don't do that, because then I'll be like, "Oh, you keep your glasses on." You're gonna be like, "That bitch."
No.
It's fun. This show
it is fun.
More, you know what I like?
It's what we need right now.
Yeah, we need some levity.
Yes, it's wash the day's stress away.
Yeah. Oh God, and their bodies.
The bodies. How do you get those bodies?
But they eat. They're on the show eating all the time. I'm like, you eat and drink? Xi'an was drinking beer relentlessly.
That's what I'm thinking. They get, it's so funny because on the island they get the canned chicken and sweet potato, koguma.
Yeah.
Right? And they have kimchi.
Yeah.
And then the dinner's all prepared for them this time around, right? They used to have to cook. They used to have to like prepare it all, but they're like,
you're
okay,
right.
let's
the soups
see what
are already done.
Yeah, and so they just had
miyeokbu. They didn't make that on their own.
No, but I'm like, my whole thing is like, what do you do if you have gas and like you're in these tents or like you have gas and you're in paradise and they're eating so much when they're at the hotel.
They seem to be. And they don't shy away from eating.
No,
they
don't.
I remember when one of the things that the guy said he liked about Cherin was like she was the only one that grabbed the desserts and ate.
Yes, yeah.
I was like, oh, they really do eat.
Do you think they all have like a cocktail of like semaglutides and stuff and hanyak and
they must.
All these little helpers?
Because I was shocked at how I felt like this season more than any other season I saw them eat.
Yeah.
Like, and not like the kind of.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
No,
I
like
love watching people
I love
eat.
it.
I want to see like, oh, what is for
but
lunch?
How
what's
are
for
they
dinner?
not gaining weight?
I don't know.
They have like the skinniest bodies I've ever seen.
I know.
So it is wondrous to me. I'm like.
And the late night drinking and snacking.
Yeah. And nobody's shying away from eating.
They're huge.
They're mega jar.
Yes.
The beers are 2x, like double can.
The tall ones.
And all the girls are like chugga, 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 chugga. Amazing.
I know.
Do you think that Korea had Ozempic before everybody else had? Because people in Korea are so
They probably
skinny.
had something better. They probably had something better. And widely available.
Yeah.
Because it's
socially
so valued.
Accepted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's socially accepted. It's so
valued.
Don't you
dare be fat walking around
here.
You
know, like I remember when like my Korean relatives would say like, oh, go get her teeth fixed, Kyungja's teeth fixed, go get her eyes fixed, get her like double eyelid surgery, get her like chin surgery. Like it was like normalized. That was back then in the 90s.
Right. And my cousin would carry around diet pills. Like powder. Like, the yaksa would make it and she'd like always eat it with the meal. So
crazy. Well, Koreans love they love their food, but they love their diet culture too.
They love
and
looking skinny.
I think they figured out how to have their cake and eat it too, from what it appears, to us as outsiders. But yeah, I'm always like wistfully looking like I can't mindlessly snack while I'm watching
more than
this
ever
episode.
this season. I'm like, 나도 먹고 싶어. Like I'm
get
like,
so
should I go
hungry.
make some ramen right now? It makes me.
I know.
Yeah.
I used to do that. We used to like Singles Inferno, like season 1 and 2. We would eat like 컵라면.
먹고 싶잖아. Like it makes. I don't know. Yeah, it's always these Korean shows.
Yeah.
Got me like, I want to eat ramen.
I know.
The thing that I always like now hear in my head when I think of ramen is like JYP saying he only eats it like twice a year.
All right, JYP.
I eat it twice a week. I'm fucked. My kid, Gavin, loves ramen.
My kids love ramen too.
My God, it's so
yeah,
good.
that's like what
and
they want to
so
eat.
Good with the duck and
I
know.
Yes.
And, you like the noodles al dente?
This has been a source of like many a debate between me and Ben. Because Ben will like it semi-crunchy. Like
I like it chori-chori. If I don't make it chori-chori, but it's like the right.
I like
it can't be
al dente, but then Ben skews
a little
crunchier.
Yeah.
And then mine is a little bit
No,
softer.
I can't have it too crunchy. It has to be a little, but if it goes a sliver over to the overcooked, I'm like, oh.
Not good.
I have to make it again. Because I didn't get the right one.
I care more about how the broth is seasoned, so getting the water right. I care more about that.
You don't drink the broth, do you?
I drink it all. So
really?
It's super bad. I'm a broth person. I'm a soup girl. So I eat it more for the soup rather than the noodles.
I eat only the noodles.
We could share a ramyeon and be happy.
We are happy together.
Always. I'm telling you, always.
We are such a perfect couple. Let's get rid of our men, Jade. Let's go queer. That's a good wrap.